bad, but if we have red compression shorts under blue shorts, we're going to have a problem with dealing with that. And they wanted us to try to get this taken care of during the regular season because they don't want to have to deal with it at the state tournament so much. Visible arm compression sleeves, similar length, all alike, solid color, matching the color of the jersey. So they don't want one longer and one shorter. So if you look at A, we're legal because we have red compression under the red shirt. In B, it's illegal because we have to have a white undergarment. And C, we're legal. Required equipment. A, they're illegal arm sleeves because they don't match the color of the jersey. B, we're fine because they're matching. They don't match with teammates, but they match each other, left and right arm. C is illegal because one of them's long and one of them's just an elbow compression. And D, we're fine because if you only have one, that's okay. Soft padded headgear. Soft padded headgear that meets the ASTM standard is permitted. So the same soccer helmet that is allowed during modified is also allowed during the varsity and the JV contests. Also talking about the concussion headbands that many of the players are wearing. They wanted it put in the rules that no headgear can stop athletes from suffering concussions, but they are allowing them to play with them. So those are okay. Mike had talked about the electronic communication devices. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that where we are. The kickoff. The ball shall be kicked while it is stationary on the ground in the center of the field, and all it has to do is move. It doesn't matter what direction. Okay? All it has to do is put in play. It is not in play until it is clearly moved. So if the person just steps on it and did not clearly move it, then we're going to, like I said, it's got to have some kind of forward momentum. Or backward momentum, right. Okay, or sideways. A goal may not be scored from the kickoff, so if the team chooses to kick it backwards, okay, and kick it towards their own goal, unless it gets touched beforehand, it can't be scored directly into their own goal. So with the change to allow the kickoff in any direction, the rule maintains the game's foundation was not that they could score on their own kickoff. Description of a free kick. All free kicks, with the exception of penalty kicks, may be taken in any direction. Free kicks are taken from the spot of the foul, except for the reasons listed in 13.2.3, which are taken from the location of the ball when the referee stopped play. All right, so if they allowed play to continue and then assess the foul afterwards, or assess the penalty afterwards, then they're going to take care of it then. Free kicks resulting from fouls committed in the goal area are taken according to 13.1.3 and 13.1.4. They're going to be probably on the 6th line. Indirect free kicks for offsides are taken from the spot where the offending player interfered. They may no longer be offsides. They may have run from an offsides position back on sides and played the ball. The assessment is where they were when they played the ball, not where they were when they were offsides or had that offsides position. Okay? So in this picture here, the player in position A is in an offsides position. Okay? Player number 6 kicks the ball. Player from position A runs back to position B, but at the time the ball was played, she was in an offsides position. So the offsides kick would be taken from position B, not from position A. So they wanted that to be addressed. Penalty kick, the ball should be kicked while it is stationary on the ground from the spot or any place on the penalty mark. To be in play, the ball shall be moved forward. The The player taking the penalty kick is permitted to use a stutter step or a hesitation move, provided there is no stopping and there is continuous movement towards the ball. Okay? So if they slow down and don't stop, okay, apparently there were some officials that were saying that this was feinting and stuff like that. They're trying to do away with the subjectiveness so that that's going to be okay. As long as there's continuous motion toward the ball, it doesn't have to be in a straight line. Okay? Failure to kick the ball as specified shall be considered a violation by the attacking team, and then the appropriate penalty shall apply. Stutter stepping is not an interruption in the movement. Questions on that? Okay. So if the person does this, goes side to side, as long as they maintain that motion towards the ball, they're going to be okay. If they pause, if they stop, okay, not just slow down, if they stop and then move forward, that's going to be an illegal play. Shin guards, they have to meet the Nazi standards. They have to be appropriate for the age and size of the person, and that's embossed right on the shin guard, and they're supposed to be worn an appropriate height. We talked about officials dressing alike. We must wear the 3 horizontal stripes on the top of the shin guard, on the top of our socks. Trying to think. Everything else is pretty much just reinforcing. A penalty kick shall be awarded when a foul, which ordinarily results in the illegal direct kick, occurs in the penalty area. All players except the kicker and opposing goalkeeper shall be within the field of play, but outside the penalty area and at least 10 yards from behind the penalty area. Ball should be kicked stationary to be in play. They're going to talk about no stopping, continuous motion. So this one right here. Penalty was added to clarify how the play is resumed for the failure to kick is specified. So the ball has to be kicked, okay, forward. Talked about concussions. Mike dealt with that. Beckoning the coach on. Talking about shin guards, no higher than 2 inches above the ankle. Headgear, and the electronic devices. And again, they talked at the state meeting about maintaining a sense of teamwork. The coaches, the players, and the officials all working together to make sure that this is a game. It's not a matter of life or death. Questions, comments, discussion. I think the rest of this is all stutter, step, pause. Yep.
At one point, with the kickoff, or there was you had to kick the ball with a pendulum-like motion. Is now it back okay to just put your foot on top of the ball and roll it?
They want to see. They want to see.
So the ball moves, but it doesn't matter how.
They want to see the ball moves. Right. I did get some clarification in terms, especially for the girls with the headgear. The pre-wrap is allowed. Okay, there is a way of doing the pre-wrap even without a knot, which would be even better yet. There's a video on YouTube in which you can wrap the pre-wrap around your thigh, and by overlapping it 3 or 4 times and then rolling it down your leg, the girl can slide it over and there is no knot anywhere on her head.
What about tape?
Okay, tape for headwear?
No, like taping the pre-wrap. Like they fit it and then.
And or they can tape it, right, there's no knot there as well.
Okay.
Right, doesn't make it any harder.
I had a player ask me.
Yep, that's fine too. Still soft. Yeah. Anything else? Nothing else? Okay. Back to you.
Thank you, coaches and ADs, for attending. Wish you all well.